Are you looking for a SOC analyst job? Have you obtained your Security Plus and have hands-on experience by completing both projects and labs? If so, I want to share with you what you can do right now to help you land a role as a SOC analyst. Before we jump right in, if you don't have your Security Plus or have much hands-on experience, does that mean you can't land a SOC job? Most likely, and it will be difficult. The reality is that there is just so much competition out there, especially in entry-level roles. Which is why if you want to become a SOC analyst and aren't too sure where to start, I want you to pause this video right now and watch my video about my no BS SOC analyst roadmap. This will provide you with instructions on what trainings to take, what certifications to aim for, and what projects and labs to complete to level up your skills to become a SOC analyst. If you follow that roadmap, you will level up in both technical and soft skills. But it will be up to you to constantly improve and be able to apply theory into real world scenarios, along with thinking on your feet. First and foremost, get your resume tailored to a SOC analyst role and updated with the skills you have learned throughout your training and education. You must remember what a SOC analyst does day to day. To summarize the core responsibilities, a SOC analyst performs triage, investigates, and communicates to stakeholders. This means that your resume must include responsibilities and or skills related to what a SOC analyst does. Please spend a lot of time on your resume. This is your one chance to show potential employers who you are and what experiences you have. You do not want to provide a low effort resume. Trust me. If you have never created a resume and want a resume template, I've created a video right here that you can go watch and follow along. Secondly, cover letters are a great way to make an effort to show that you actually want the position. Yes, you will have to write, so make sure that you proofread it and use tools such as ChatGPT or Grammarly to spell check it for you to avoid grammatical errors. Now, you do not want to have ChatGPT write the cover letter for you from scratch. As tempting as that can be, ChatGPT is great at spell checking, but writing from a prompt can cause more harm than good. And please make sure that you are addressing the proper company and role as well, because I have seen some cover letters that were addressed to the wrong organization and that was just tossed. I do have a cover letter template that you can go and download, link in description. The third is that you need to start working on your LinkedIn profile if you haven't already. Have a profile picture that has a clear image of you. Some opt to have their pictures taken by a professional, and that is always a great investment. In your LinkedIn profile, you want to make sure that you put down a couple of key things: your work experiences, education and certifications, technical skills, and most importantly, link your blog that showcases your work. Once you have your LinkedIn profile created and updated, start networking with others and participate in discussions around SOC related topics. Follow other SOC professionals and organizations that provide SOC services. Do not randomly message someone and ask for a SOC job, because that is not how it works. Instead, build a relationship and rapport by, you guessed it, joining in discussions and providing your thoughts. Fourth, on to job boards we go. Since I reside in Canada, depending on where you are located, it might be a little different. But when searching for SOC analyst positions using both LinkedIn and Indeed, provided the most success for me. For both LinkedIn and Indeed, you want to set up job alerts where you look for SOC analyst positions in your location. Yes, your location and not remote. At least not yet. You want to try and get some experience first and then look for remote opportunities. The reality is that companies are now moving back towards working in the office or offering a hybrid environment. So remote roles are becoming more of a luxury compared to a necessity back in 2020. Take note of the company that you're interested in and follow their LinkedIn profile to see their updates. You might come across some interesting information that you can add onto your cover letter, explaining how you can help or what you can add to the team. I've taken a look at many job applications and they have 3 things that are in common. Put these along with your resume tailored to a SOC analyst position, and I am sure you will get some hits. The commonalities are the following. Number 1, effective communication. You want to show your ability to clearly explain complex cybersecurity topics. Your blog posts should show proof that you are able to explain these topics. Number 2 is cybersecurity technical knowledge. Companies are looking for individuals that have experience in tools like firewalls, SIMs, and EDR technologies. Projects and labs that you have completed should help you with this. And number three, educational background and certifications. Companies are looking for relevant degrees and certifications such as Security Plus, but it is important to note that it isn't mandatory to have a relevant degree, and if you don't have one, you better have Security Plus. You will have a better chance if you have both a relevant degree and Security Plus. The fifth step is to begin researching what a typical SOC analyst salary is in your area. In my area, a junior SOC analyst hovers between 53 to 73,000. This is good to know because when you do get a call back and they ask you for your expected salary, you better not say you want 100,000 because that just doesn't make sense. Instead, you want to opt for the lower end of the spectrum, which in my case would be 53,000, especially if you're just starting out. One thing to note, while performing all of these steps, you should also be networking with others by attending local events, conferences, or workshops. For LinkedIn, as mentioned previously, participate in discussions and share your thoughts. You never can predict who you might meet, and they could play a huge role in securing your first job in cybersecurity. If you do end up landing an interview, you need to prepare by properly researching the company and do your due diligence by understanding not only the role that you'll be involved in, but also the company's mission and value. If you want to learn how to prepare for a job interview, I created a video over here that you can go and check it out, which I will walk you through with an example. And that is it for the video, and I hope you found it informative. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.